Hey everybody, it's Ray again from Ray's Cardboard Shop. It's been exactly 1 month since GD05 dropped. I've already did a 2-week check-in and went over the LR++ and Wave 2 update. So I'm just going to do a full 1 month look at sealed prices, Japanese and English, go over the deck build box, and look at some LR Plus cards that I really like. Let's get into it with the English booster boxes. Right now they're sitting around the 189, 190 mark. Listings are pretty consistent at this level. Wave 2 already came in. So we saw a brief dip down to about 180. Then it settled back up around 190. So my take going forward, I think this holds at 190 for a little bit. Probably another few weeks until more stock gets bought up and opened. Once that happens, I expect it to just gradually climb, similar to GD04 and the previous sets. We're past the initial hype and at the Wave 2 correction. Bandai doesn't really put out any production numbers, but if you listen to Anon TCG, he kind of talks about how when booster boxes start hitting the 5,000 mark on TCG Player, that's when you kind of know when stock is running out. So on TCG Player, booster boxes, you're looking at about over 3,000 sold. If you take into account sealed cases, you're looking at well over 5,000 boxes that have been sold. And that's kind of assuming that those people are actually opening it. We can't really say for sure if all those boxes that are sold on TCG Player are actually being opened or just held and stored. But in the 1 month that GD05 has been out, its numbers are starting to get pretty close to the previous sets. The Japanese version of GD05, there's none listed on TCG Player. The raw Japan price is about $70 to $80, but that's the local price. Once you factor in shipping and tariffs, the landed cost in the US is closer to the $90, $100 mark. So with the English boxes sitting at around 190, English looks like the better option. The usual zone that I look at is if there's a spread wide enough to make the Japanese a better buy with everything included. So English right now is less than double the landed Japanese price. That's usually the zone I prefer English. The spread isn't wide enough to make Japanese the better buy once everything is included. So my rule of thumb has always been Japanese will be half or less than half of the English booster box price. That's where I kind of like to buy Japanese products. But right now for this set, it's not really there. I'd rather put my money into the English version until that gap widens. For the sealed cases for GD05, it's sitting around the $2,460 mark. It's been kind of like that for the past few days. If you can afford it, cases are always the better buy. Just because you know the condition of the box, it's not smashed or dented. A lot of times when you order from TCG Player, the boxes can come in not the best condition, especially with shops. You don't know how they pack things. So something I wanted to highlight too, what Gundam did a little bit different is they came out with the deck build box, SC01. What it did was it had a lot of reprint cards, 25 in all 5 colors. So you can start building a 2-color deck. You also get 4 packs of Freedom Ascension and a bonus pack which has an exclusive promo. For those that haven't seen it, it's the Wing Gundam, Shining Gundam, and the new Gundam. Prices have dipped since it just came out a month ago, but overall it's solid promos. What they did was really great, how they handled it. Instead of reprinting older sets, which ends up crashing the sealed and single prices of older sets, you put it in a brand new product with new packs and a promo, and it keeps the value of the older sets more stable while getting cards into players' hands and building the player base. So I think this is a solid model going forward. It's a way to keep the format healthy without destroying the secondary market. The price for this has come down a decent amount to about $55 per box. I've heard some people even breaking down the products for the packs, reselling the bricks. On TCG Player, there's a recent sale for $25. So if you can get somebody to buy the brick, then you have the promo card and then you have the 4 packs. So it comes out being a pretty good deal. I think if you average that out, it'll probably be less than buying a single pack outside, which would be closer to retail. So this kind of makes me more happy with the way Bandai is handling it, that they're not willing to crash previous sets like they did in One Piece. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with a deck build box for every anniversary, but I think that might end up being the pattern they go with. So for singles, with Wave 2 coming out, the LR++ has been kind of steady. Mainly for the top 3, you've got the Wing Gundam, Strike Gundam, and the new Gundam. For the top 3, Wing Gundam, since I covered this, In my previous video, the cheapest listing has gone up, so that price is the outlier and everything going up. The Strike Freedom Gundam has been staying where it's at. The new Gundam has slightly dipped. Same goes for Zazabi and the Master Gundam. For Wave 2, it could be that the price hasn't been really affected by it. Going down to the EX resources with the waifu cards, these prices have been pretty steady. Slightly dipping ever since Wave 2, but that's kind of expected overall for all the cards. Just to highlight for the singles, I always talk about the LR Plus cards that have the counterpart to the LR Plus Plus, which is the Wing Gundam, Strike Freedom, New Gundam, and Master Gundam and Zazabi. For me, these are almost always a good long-term buy. The people who want to bling out their decks and actually use the cards are the ones who buy the LR Plus. It's much more affordable. It's just a much more affordable way to collect these iconic suits compared to chasing the LR Plus Plus. And some of these cards aren't just collector pieces. They really see a lot of play. Like the Strike Freedom is one of the most played new cards in the format right now. New Gundam is a core piece in the blue-green decks. And the Master Gundam is showing up consistently in the mobile fighter decks. So not only are they playable, but they really do have a lot of nice artwork. Some might say they're even better than the LR++ because the LR++ is kind of stuck with that format of the Gundam and the silhouette of the pilot in the back. With these LR+ cards, you can actually see the artwork. Some of them actually have really popular and known artists. You have that known artist like the Master Asia LR+, which is drawn by Shinji Kondo. And you also have my favorite Gundam, the Shining Gundam. It's just really great cards and artwork overall for a really good price. And for my actual shop, GD05 has been a product that a lot of people keep asking about. I'm currently out of it right now. It's easy to get the product, but it's not easy to get it at the price that I want. As somebody that doesn't have distro, I'm pretty much stuck buying everything at market. So even if I buy it at market and I list it more on my website, I just end up looking like a douchebag because I'm trying to rip people off, especially when you can get the deck for cheaper on TCG Player. So I'm pretty much kind of stuck. I might just end up pulling the trigger on Japanese to test out if people actually want to buy that. Well, that's all I got for the 1 month check-in on Freedom Ascension. So English booster boxes, it feels like they're gonna stay at $190 for a bit before they start climbing up. Japanese boosters, I'd stay away for now. If you have the money, just buy the English version. Deck build boxes look good at the price, especially from a pack play, and if you want to chase the promo cards. I love the LR versions of the big chase cards. I think there's a lot of value in those. And if this video helped you in any way, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. This channel is about me building an online shop from the ground up, centered around TCGs like Gundam, One Piece, and Pokemon. So drop a comment what you're planning to do with GD05, if you're buying sealed, singles, or if you're just waiting for the next set, GD06. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.